Let's get into the next story here. Trump demands the immediate resignation of Intel CEO Lip-Bu Tan over China ties. President Donald Trump is calling for the immediate resignation of Intel CEO on August 7th, citing conflicts of interest relating to China ties. What about fucking Elon Musk? You never had a problem with him. He's got all kinds of ties to China. But anyway, bias distribution is pretty equal for the most part. There is a little bit less right-leaning reporting than left-leaning. You see the left-leaning is 24%, the right-leaning is 19%. 57% of the reporting is coming from the center. It says 90% of the sources are high factuality, 9% coming from independent news, and Igor S. Labs broke the story yesterday, or the day before yesterday, on the 6th. And, my story is from Engadget.com, which is the top of my factuality list here. It says it does lean left, but it has a very high factuality rating. Media conglomerate says Verizon Communications, so they must be owned by Verizon. But let's go ahead and get into this article about the CEO of Intel and the President of the United States calling for his resignation. So, Intel CEO Lip-Bu Tan responds to Trump's comments that he should resign. There's been a lot of misinformation circulating about my past roles, he said. Intel CEO Lip-Bu Tan has responded after Donald Trump accused him of being highly conflicted and said he should resign, according to the Financial Times. There's been a lot of misinformation circulating about my past roles, Tam said in a letter to the Intel staff. I want to be absolutely clear. I have always operated within the highest legal and ethical standards. Tan said that Intel was engaging with the White House to address the matters that have been raised and ensure they have the facts. Trump's Truth Social post demanding Tan's resignation reportedly came about due to a letter to Tan from Tom Cotton, the Republican head of the Senate Intelligence Committee. In it, Cotton expressed concerns about the security and integrity of Intel's operations, along with Tan's previous work in China. Tan had invested in Chinese tech companies through his own venture capital firm, including Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, China's biggest chip maker. In addition, a company that Tan ran before being appointed to Intel's chief admitted last week to violating U.S. export controls by unlawfully exporting semiconductor design tools to a restricted PRC military university, according to the U.S. Department of Justice. The company agreed to plead guilty and pay criminal penalties totaling in over $140 million. That doesn't matter if if these plans have already been leaked. Like, what amount of money is going to make it okay? No amount of money. Tan took over a very leaky ship with Intel, which has bled red ink over the failure of its foundry business to keep up with rivals like TSMC and win customers. Since taking the job, he launched a cost-cutting program and said that Intel may need to abandon its next-gen fab tech, which hasn't shown great results to date, if it can't find a large customer. In the same letter, Tan said Intel's board is fully supportive of that work. Trump has meddled with corporations ranging from Apple to Bank of America, making him what one pundit called the most interventionalist White House in my lifetime, particularly for a Republican. So many Wall Street folks worried that past Democratic administrations would interfere in their businesses, said MSNBC journalist and lawyer Ari Melber. But this first year of Trump's second term has done so much more than any modern administration. That's true. It's true. Even the Trump's first administration has done things that people were like, that doesn't really seem like something that a Republican president would do. And it's very, very strange. It's very strange. He's implementing himself in all of these places that he doesn't really have the expertise for, and yet he just goes on pretending that he has the expertise for it. So, and again, with the CEO of Intel, like, what do you know, dude? Like, Mr. President? Anyway, hey, thanks for checking out this video from Nightly News this morning. If you wouldn't mind, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video or when we go live on Tuesdays and Fridays.